Hello, everyone. My guest today is Yarkin Sakochulo. He is the co-founder and CEO of event management platform Socio. Originally from Turkey, he knew that the US was the place he needed to be for a career in technology. In just over a year, the company has scaled to more than 400 customers, including Google, Microsoft, Pinterest, and nearly 50 countries. All right, Yarkin, you ready to take us to the top?
Let's do it.
All right, what are all these customers paying for?
They are paying us around $4,000 a year.
Okay, and tell me more about what exactly how they're using you.
Well, we are, like you said, we are an event management platform. What we do is we help to large enterprises optimize their events. So let's say you're Microsoft and you're putting on 60 events a year. You will use our platform with your entire events team to put together these events and make sure that you're getting ROI.
Okay, and 400 folks paying $4,000 a year would be about 300 bucks a month, or about 130 grand a month right now in terms of your guys' revenue. Is that accurate?
From an MRR perspective, yeah, it's pretty close.
Okay. And where were you exactly a year ago, just so we can understand growth rate?
We were less than 500K in ARR a year ago.
Okay. So 500 in ARR would be about $41,000 a month. So you've about tripled year over year. Is that right?
Yeah, that is correct.
That's great. I want to dive more into the backstory here. When did you launch the company?
May 2016 is when we incorporated the company.
Okay. And when was the first line of code written?
From May 2016 to basically late 2017, or let's say January 2018, it was all about building the product. We had to pivot a few times, and I would say the code was written in Jan 2017.
Okay, January 2017. And when was your first? When was your first dollar of revenue coming in?
Probably early 2017, but like I said, we had to pivot a few times. So the way I describe it is we found our product market fit in late 2017, and we started selling to the right ideal customer profile in January 2018.
Well, I guess the question I'm trying to get to is how much did you spend on your MVP before your first dollar of revenue?
We were completely bootstrapped, honestly. I had two co-founders that were technical. I was technical, so there was no. I believe we had put in $9,000 into the business to start it.
So maybe 9K, but it was mostly yours' time writing the code.
Absolutely.
That's very cool. Okay, so 2016, you get going, you start growing the company, 400 customers today. Now, have you done this bootstrapped even to today, or have you raised capital?
So as of last month, we have announced our $6 million Series A. Before that, we have had angel investors get in, but it was all bootstrap, no VC money.
Okay, so how much angels? So how much total in the company to date?
$740,000 in angel investment lifetime, and we have recently raised that $6 million, so $6.7 million lifetime.
Yep, no, that makes good sense. All right, good. And then what's your team size today? How many people?
Today we actually onboarded 5 new people. So we are at 45 right now.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so 45 folks. And what's the breakdown between engineers versus quota carrying sales reps?
We have 12 engineers at this moment. And we have, with this new 5 people, almost 15, 16 sales folks.
Oh, wow. Okay, interesting. More sales folks than engineers. What do you set quota at for the 16 folks?
Well, it depends on their ICP, whichever customer profile that they're going after.
Can you pick one and tell me deeper about that one?
I would not. I don't think I have the most up to date numbers at the moment.
Okay. Do you know what you generally try and set the quota target at relative to full comp? So salesperson profitability is 5x or 10x or.
I think we do around 5x is our internal goal.
Okay. So just to repeat that back to you, if they earn their full commissions, their base plus commissions, let's say are 100 grand a year, you're saying you would probably set their quota around 5x that, or about 500 grand.
Yeah. 500 grand would be good internally. Like I said, depending on the customer profile, it could be lower or higher.
Yeah. Okay, cool. How did you get your first 10 customers?
It was all outbound, and I was the SDR. I read this book called Predictable Revenue, and I have literally copied the entire model in. And it was just cold emailing for the first, I would say first 40 was pure cold emailing.
Okay, and how did you, so tell me who you looked up, what the job title was, how you found their email.
I remember pulling up LinkedIn Recruiter. I got a free trial. So I had to work very hard on it to make sure that I fit everything into that free trial. And what I did was I looked at event planners in companies that had more than I don't remember the exact number, but like 500 employees or something like that. So what I did is I used the plugin, I do not remember the name of it, to export that to an Excel sheet, and I use Outreach.io to run them through a sequence. And I booked them using HubSpot's calendar tool. And back then I was the SDR as well as the account executive. So I took the demo as well and closed them, as well as the customer support rep back then.
I love that. Okay, so you did all this. How much revenue did you close yourself before you hired your first salesperson?
I think we had around like less than 200K, I would say, in ARR when I hired our first salesperson, who is now our VP of sales.
That's great. Okay, good. Now, moving forward to today, closing sales is great, but keeping customers is even specialer or more special. What does churn look like over the past 12 months?
Yeah. So the trailing 12, our net revenue retention is actually negative.
How negative?
Around negative 9.7.
Okay.
You're trying to get it to negative 10. From a gross revenue perspective, it's around 20%.
Okay, so gross revenue churn is about 20% annually. That would mean you have to have 29% expansion to get to net revenue retention of about 109%, or the inverse is net negative churn of negative 9%.
That sounds right. Yep.
Okay, interesting. The 30%, about 30% expansion revenue, where's it coming from? What are you upselling against?
Yeah. A few ways we can upsell. So first of all, we have 3 products. Usually customers will get into the door by buying one. And by the time they are into our platform fully deployed, we will usually see them adopt a second or even a third product. So that's a huge one. The second thing is, since these are events, right, you can't mess them up. So usually our sales cycle starts by a trial with a single event or a few events. And if they like everything, then they deploy it to their entire events, which happens to expand quite a bit.
Of the 400 customers today, how many of them pay for more than one product?
Well, we have launched the products 2 months ago. I would say around currently 15% of them are using multiple products, but that's increasing rapidly as it has just been a few months.
Okay, so about 50 customers use multiple products today. Wait, so am I reading you just launched a product three months ago?
Yeah, 2 to 3 months ago, we have launched 2 new products in addition to our core products.
Oh, got it.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, you went from nothing to $160,000 in MRR in 3, and that would be pretty impressive. All right.
Yeah, that's not the case.
Okay, good. Now, you've raised some capital, obviously, to drive some of this growth. So I assume you're being aggressive in terms of burn. Help me understand what you're comfortable with sleeping at night. Are you good with 100 grand a month burn or more?
We actually do not burn yet. That's something that we are currently working on. Like I said, we have announced our fundraise last month, and we did not raise money because we were burning. We raised money because we are planning to burn.
Yeah.
Starting.
So you're cash flow positive today, then?
Yeah, we are.
Or are you cash flow positive, like meaningful, like 10% to the bottom line, or are you basically break even?
We are break even. We try to keep it break even. We don't want to be too profitable. That just means we are not investing enough into growth.
Yep, no, that's right. Very good. And then talk to me about bringing customers in the first place. So to get a new $4,000 a year account, what will you spend on fully weighted CAC?
We spent $950 to $1,000 to get them through the door. And
wait, sorry, how much?
$900 to $1,000.
Okay, I thought you said $952,000, and I said, wait, what?
I might have said that. $950 to $1,000 of CAC is what.
Got it. Okay, good. So you got about a 3 to 4 month payback period there. Obviously, that math works. Who are you competing mostly against?
Yeah, just to correct you, all of our customers pay us upfront, so we actually recover immediately.
On a cash basis, yeah, on a cash basis.
Yes, on a cash basis, yes. From a recognition perspective, 3 months is what it takes. We compete mainly with Cvent.
Yep.
They are the big whale in our market. They've been around since 1999. Clearly a massive company.
Have you talked to Reggie on the phone before?
I have not, no.
Has there been any talks about any acquisitions or partnerships or working together?
We integrate with them. A lot of our customers use them. We haven't had any direct conversations about an acquisition or anything like that.
Did you try and get them involved strategically in the $6 million round?
We have not, no.
Interesting. Who led the 6?
High Alpha.
Oh, good.
And Green Sprint.
Oh, did you come out of High Alpha? Scott Dorsey, all those guys?
We have not come out of the studio, but we are with their capital model. As you know, they do both studio where they start companies as well as invest into more mature companies as well.
I've heard, I'm close with a gentleman named Santi at Emergence Capital who got behind Scott in this venture model. And I just hear nothing but really positive things about the model. Would you generally agree it's a great model?
I mean, look, I have had the chance to get a few term sheets in front of me, and I wouldn't do it any other way. I think those guys are awesome. And from a studio perspective, clearly we are not a studio company, but I know a lot of studio companies, and I follow them very closely, and they're killing it.
Yeah, so, very good. All right, Yarkin, let's wrap up here with the famous five. Number one, what's your favorite business book?
Nathan, you got cut off a little bit. Could you repeat that?
That's okay. What's your favorite business book?
Good to Great.
Number two, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
I am a huge HubSpot fan. So Brian Halligan is one CEO that I follow and study closely.
And number three, what's your favorite online tool for building your company?
I am very deep into Notion right now.
Yep. Number four, how many hours of sleep are you getting every night?
Good question. 5 to 6 hours.
Okay. And how old are you?
I am 23.
23. And situation, I'm going to assume single here, but married, single, kids?
I am actually married.
Oh, no wow. Kids. Okay, great. Married, no kiddos. That's good. All right. Last question. What do you take us back 3 years? What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
Oh, man. Well, it wasn't too long ago, but I think one thing that I've learned along the way is it's not about the destination. It's about the journey, and you got to enjoy it every day. I think that would be something good for me to know when I was 20 years old.
Guys, Socio Events, about 400 customers paying $4,000 per year, doing about 130 grand a month in revenue right now, up from $41,000 a month just a year ago. So call it 200, 300% year over year growth. They just closed their $6 million Series A, adding to their $740,000 raised from angels. They've got about 45 folks on the team right now, still break even. They're planning how to spend this new $6 million in Fusion. Obviously, they'll be burning then. 12 engineers, 16 quota carrying sales reps, modeled at about 5x profitability. So quota is about 5x full comp, 20% annual churn on a revenue basis, 30% expansion for about 110% net revenue retention, spending about $950 to get a new customer for a 3 to 4 month payback period as they look to scale. Yarkin, thank you so much for taking us to the top.
Thank you, Nathan. Appreciate it.